And welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we have a really simple and delicious party recipe for you. This is for deviled eggs, as you can see here. This is super easy, and I know we did another party recipe last week and we're doing another one this week. A lot of people have had to sort of push off their holiday party plans, so let's get going with some ingredients for this easy party dish. We're going to use some hard-boiled eggs, a little bit of white vinegar, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and some mayonnaise. We're going to use a fair amount of dill, actually. A little bit of hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you prefer. Some capers. Some pickle. We're using some of our homemade pickle for this. And some cream cheese, which is going to make up the bulk of this recipe. So first thing we're going to do is cut our boiled eggs in half. Now these should be hard boiled. You don't want soft boiled eggs for this. You want them to be cooked through. It's okay if they're still a little bit jammy. You don't want them to be really super overcooked and chalky because they get the sort of sulfury aroma to them if you overcook them. So you want to make sure they're done but not way overdone. Next thing we're going to do, this recipe is mostly chopping things. So the next thing we're going to do is chop our dill. And we do want all of these ingredients to be chopped pretty finely because we're going to be piping these a little bit later. And we do have a piping bag, but you don't need one. You can also use just a Ziploc or a piece of parchment paper folded with the tip cut off. You can use any sorts of lots of different ways to do that. So now we're going to chop up the pickle. Again, we want it to be pretty small. It's nice if it's big enough that you can still get a little bit of texture out of it when you're eating it, but it does have to fit through whatever you're piping through. Same with our capers. We're going to cut those pretty finely. These are all going to go into the bowl with our ingredients. And there you see everything in there. Then we're going to add just that little bit of mayonnaise and the Dijon mustard. Now, there are a few salty ingredients in this already. We're not going to add a whole lot of salt to this later. We are going to salt it a bit once we've tasted it. So in goes our white vinegar. And then we're just going to start mashing everything together. So you want to make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature before you start so that it's nice and soft. And we're just going to mix everything together until it's well combined. So mash up your egg yolks and all your other ingredients and until you get sort of a paste. So we're going to add a little bit of that hot sauce in there now. And mix that in. We're also going to add in just a little bit of salt. You want to taste it and make sure that it's needs a little bit of salt. So we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper as well. And from here, it's just a matter of getting it well combined and all mixed together until it's a pretty smooth and even paste all the way through. You want it pretty consistent all the way. Once it's about this consistency, this is where we're looking for. If you see any big chunks of egg yolk or anything that haven't been crunched up yet, then that's the time you do it. So we're going to collect all that sort of together in the middle of the bowl, and we're going to get our piping bag ready. Now we have a real piping bag here. We're going to add a star tip to it because it gives it that little fanciness to it. And we're going to fold it down as far as we possibly can. We don't want a lot of this stuck to the inside of the bag. So you want to fold it down like a sock so that there's not much room between where you've sort of crimped off the end of the bag and the place where you're adding the mixture. This will reduce the amount that gets stuck to the inside of the bag and that you lose because it's really hard to get that stuff out of there. And here we go. We're just going to pipe that into the eggs, the nice half eggs, the boiled eggs with the yolks removed. Really, really simple. And then a little bit of paprika just sort of sifted on top is pretty traditional. You can do whatever you like with this. You can add a little bit of cayenne. A little red really makes everything pop, and a little bit of spice doesn't hurt either if you like that. And that's it. Really, really simple. A classic sort of old school party dish, and usually pretty popular because honestly, they are delicious. So we hope you'll give this one a try. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe, and if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. And remember to love your food.